It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer, and I am really excited to bring you today's beer. This beer is from Schneider Weisse. I would say one of the younger, I want to call them younger upstarts, but they've probably been going since 1872. So they're not young at all. They've been going for 150 years. Unbelievable. 152 years, if my maths is correct. But what Schneider Weisse do is, first and foremost, they're a Weissbier brewery. But they don't just go, right, okay, here's a Weissbier, here's a Bock, here's maybe a double, well, this is a double Weizen. But they will produce like lots of different variants on their taps. So it's like tap 1 up to tap 10. And these taps, they alternate the beers, they change the beers. But tap 5 was, I remember it always being my favourite. This is tap 5. It's probably changed since the last time I've had it. It's 8.2% ABV in a 500 milliliter bottle. And this is their Weizendoppelbock, Hopfenweisse. So it's going to be a double Weissbier with lots of hops in it. It just sounds incredible, doesn't it? The price was probably the most I've ever paid for a Weissbier, £4.75. But you don't mind that. If you think you go... So I had an opportunity recently. I chose not to go. And I chose not to go. I was invited to a party. I chose not to go because it was a sizzling pub. Have you heard of the sizzling pubs? Go in, cheap meal, generic beer on the bar. But the generic beer on the bar will be like £4 or £5 a pint. And you're drinking it and like, I'm really not enjoying this. So to buy a bottle, something like this for £4.75 is, you know, I don't mind paying it. I really don't mind paying it. Look at this then. 8.2% ABV. Look at this. Wow. Oh my goodness me, look at the haze, look at the sediment, look at the bits and pieces in that glass. 2 to 3 finger white head, fantastic carbonation, lots and lots of kind of yeast suspension going on in the glass, but it's a golden hazy amber coloured beer. Golden haze. Somebody should make a golden haze beer, shouldn't they? Look at that. That is chock. Don't be frightened. Do not be frightened by looking at this beer. Do not be going, ooh, I wouldn't drink that. Because this is going to be chock full of flavour. This is going to be absolutely, hopefully, one of the most flavoursome Weissbiers I've ever had. Look at that. It's like one of those lava lamps, isn't it? Aroma. Oh, wow. It's got a bit of smokiness in it. They've used a little bit of smoked malt, I think. A little bit of smoked malt, maybe. Loads of hops. It's got like a grapefruit orange peel aroma. And then that kind of clovey banana Weissbier aroma. A little bit of sweetness from the malt. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Oh. I've never tasted a Weissbier like it. That is one of the most unique, flavoursome, hoppy, bitter, wonderful, yeast flavoured, hoppy flavoured Weissbiers I've ever had in my life. Stone the Crows. Stone the Crows, what a beer. Mouthfeel is creamy and rich. Floaty, and what I mean by float, that just came out. It was just an instinctive word, just rich and creamy. Floaty and richy and creamy. Does that make any sense whatsoever? Carbonation pushes the beer on the inside of the mouth, releasing more of that flavour. But what they've decided to do here with this beer is introduce a lot of hops. And that can be quite difficult with a Weissbier. Weissbiers are predominantly flavoured with the yeast. It's normally a yeast forward beer. It's normally banana, cloves and spices. You get that. But also, you get the hops. You get the hops over here. They've really jammed in some hops. And I think they've used a good selection of hops. I've had a few. It's definitely not this. But I've had a few of these Weissbiers before that have been hoppy. And the yeast flavour of the banana and the hop flavour of, say, the grapefruit have clashed badly, and it tastes like mentholy, like mouthwash, like toothpaste, like it just hasn't worked. So you have to be very, very careful in how much of that yeast you want to use to produce that banana flavour, and of course what hops you want to use to produce that hoppy flavour. And you've got to hope that you just got to hope that they kind of just meld together and they work together, a bit like this, rather than like clash and smack into one of each other and you're getting this like nasty mentally flavour like you can with some of these Weizenbocks, Weissbiers with hops. It's still like a lava lamp. Look at it. It's still looking like a lava lamp. Look at that fantastic suspension in the glass. Very refreshing. I think you have to put this in a sense of you're at the Schneider Weisse bar, or you have taps 1 to 10 in front of you in bottle, 10 different beers. And I think you look at number 5 at 8.2% ABV and you go, maybe I will drink a few of the lower ABV Weissbiers and then maybe I'll make my way to this one. This is definitely, I don't think I could drink 3 or 4 of these. I think it would completely Hadouken my weekend. But definitely I could have one. Definitely I could have one of these with a few other Weissbiers and finish on this. This is a finisher, I think. So, any English here? I'll read the German. Water, malt, hops and yeast. And then it's English. Yeah, water, malt, wheat, barley, malt, hops and yeast. There we go. Amazing brewery. If you've not tried anything from Schneider Weisse before, please try their beer. It is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Gonna rate it 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.